Hi everyone, I'm Shelly from There's No Place Like Home at redheadmom8.wordpress.com. Today I just wanted to make a quick video to share with you some advice that I learned the hard way when we were trying out unschooling. And that is, sometimes unschooling doesn't work. It was actually several years ago that I finally decided that I wanted to try unschooling. I had read several blogs, I actually had ordered some books about unschooling, and it all seemed so ideal, it seemed so peaceful, and it seemed like such a natural way to learn that I really wanted to try it with my kids. And one of the things that I kept seeing repeated over and over again in the blogs and the books and the videos was the fact that unschooling is for every child. That no matter where you live, no matter what kind of learner they are, no matter what your background is, that unschooling is perfect for every child. And very often what it made it sound like was, if unschooling did not work for your family, it was something that the parent had an issue with and not the child. So as I was reading all of these things about unschooling and as I was trying it out with my kids, what I found over time is that, yeah, unschooling was not working for our family. It did at first because it was something new, but after a while, my kids started to grow bored. They started to bicker back and forth a lot. And I remember that I blamed myself all of this time because I kept hearing those words in my head that unschooling is for every child. And if there is an issue with unschooling, it's something that's unresolved with the parent. And so I was beating myself up over the fact that unschooling was not working for my kids. So I tried it probably for longer than I should have. And you know what? It really did have some negative effects on our family. So once I finally got over that whole guilt complex that I had about stopping unschooling, and we moved into a more structured but still relaxed homeschooling style, it was so much better for our family. But it was really something, the idea that unschooling is something that all kids can do, even when we started back with homeschooling, was still something that was really ground into my brain. That even when we were homeschooling, even when I realized that unschooling was not really right for our family, I would still find myself cringing every time I would see someone make a comment that would say, unschooling doesn't work for all kids, or all kids don't do well with unschooling. And I remember right away I would get defensive and I would think, well, yes it does. Unschooling is good for all kids because all kids are natural learners. And you know what? That is true. All kids are natural learners. But over the years now, I've realized that it's real. Unschooling is not for every child. Unschooling is not for every family. Now, there are some kids out there who are perfect for it. There are some kids who are just really motivated and they naturally want to go out and explore, and they have lots of ideas, lots of questions, and they just seem to get going. One of the downfalls of living in a technologically advanced society are the screens. And you know, that's a real problem. And it's very distracting for a lot of kids, and a lot of kids are starting to get addicted to the technology that's around them. And you know, one thing with unschoolers is that there are a lot of unschoolers who say that's okay, you know, if their kids are on the screens all the time, that they're still learning. But what I have found is that kids need to be well-rounded, and so being on screens all the time is not something that I think that kids should be doing constantly. So what's happening is that there are a lot of kids that, because of all of the screens and because of constantly being entertained by other people or constantly being told by other people what to do, there's a real issue where a lot of kids nowadays really don't know how to go about there and find things to do. And you know what? I understand that if you give kids enough time, if you deschool for a really long time, a lot of kids will grow out of that, and they will start to remember. Every time I do a video, my cat starts scratching the chair. It never fails. But anyway, over time, a lot of kids will overcome that. But what I have found is that even if they overcome that, some kids really do better when they have some sort of a structure in their homeschool day. And you know, one other thing that I have to say is that I have found that I know a lot of people say that it doesn't even matter like where you live when you're unschooling, that it will work no matter what. But I can tell you that if you really don't live in an area that has a lot of things for kids to do, a lot of ways for them to explore, and if you honestly don't have the resources to just always keep your kids motivated, to always keep your kids stimulated, after a while, yeah, you will find that kids are just sitting around a lot because they really don't have anything else to do with their time. So the reason that I'm making this video today is because I know that there are probably other people out there who are trying unschooling and who may be feeling the same things that I did, that it might not be the best thing for their family, and they might be beating themselves up over it, thinking that it's something that they, the parents, have done. But what I have realized is that unschooling is just like every other homeschooling method. Nothing fits every single family. Even unschooling, even relaxed homeschooling, even classical homeschooling, even Montessori homeschooling, every family is unique, and what you need to do is just embrace what works for your family, no guilt. So anyway, that's all that I have for you today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet and would like to hear more of what I have to say, I would love if you would do that. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them over on Instagram because YouTube has disabled my comments. I will leave the link for Instagram in the description box below. And if you like what I do and would like to check out my Patreon page and possibly support me, I will leave the link in the description box for that as well. And I hope you have a great day.